Esthetician and Cosmetology Written Study Guide, Hair Removal and Waxing. Please read your textbook for more information on each subject. Information is not limited to the one shown in this video. Be sure to look for your state's reference list regarding your written examination. The scientific study of hair and its diseases is called trichology. A hair follicle is a mass of epidermal cells forming a small tube or canal. The pilosebaceous unit contains the hair follicle and its appendages, which include the hair root, hair bulb, hair papilla, hair shaft, and the arrector pili muscle and sebaceous glands. The hair root anchors hair to the skin cells and is part of the hair located at the bottom of the follicle below the surface of the skin. The hair bulb is a thick club-shaped structure made from epithelial cells that surround the papilla. This forms the lower part or base of the hair follicle. The hair papilla is a cone-shaped elevation of connective tissue that contains the capillaries and nerves located at the base of the follicle that fits in the bulb. Hair shaft is defined as the part of the hair located above the surface of the skin. Sebaceous gland secretes the waxy substance called sebum, which lubricates the skin and hair. This keeps the skin supple and waterproof and protects against external factors. Types of hair. There are three major types of hair found on the human body: Lanugo, Vellus hair, and terminal hair. Lanugo is soft, downy hair found on a fetus. The Lanugo hair sheds after birth, and it is then replaced with either vellus hair or terminal hair. Vellus hair is found in areas that are not covered by the larger, coarser terminal hairs. For example, vellus hair usually grows on women's cheeks, also known as peach fuzz. Terminal hair is the longer, coarser hair found on the head, brows, lashes, genitals, arms, and legs. Hair growth cycle. Hair growth is a result of the activity of cells found in the basal layer. These cells are found within the hair bulb. Hair growth occurs in three stages: Anagen, Catagen, and Telogen. These stages vary in duration on different parts of the body. For example, hair on the scalp has a longer Anagen phase, so the hair on the scalp can grow down to the knees in some cases. Eyelashes have a short duration of the Anagen phase before shedding and being replaced. The Anagen phase is the growth during which new hair is produced. New keratinized cells are manufactured in the hair follicle during the Anagen stage. The Catagen phase is the transition stage of hair growth. In the Catagen stage, mitosis ceases. The hair, having completed its growing phase, detaches itself from the dermal papilla. The follicle degenerates and collapses as epidermal tissue retracts upward. Telogen phase is the final stage or resting stage of hair growth. During the telogen stage, the club hair moves up the follicle and it is ready to shed. The amount of hair an individual has is different from person to person. What will be normal hair growth in one person might be extreme in another. Hair growth in terms of density on the scalp, face, and body is determined by genetics and ethnicity, as well as health and hormonal influences. Hypertrichosis is an excessive growth of terminal hair in areas of the body that normally grow only vellus hair. Hirsutism is excessive hair growth on the face, chest, underarm, and groin, especially in women. It is caused by excessive male androgens in the blood. Temporary and permanent hair removal and reduction methods. Temporary hair removal involves repeated treatments as hair grows. With permanent hair removal, the papilla is completely destroyed, making regrowth impossible. Temporary methods of hair removal include depilation and epilation. Depilation is a process of removing hair at or near the level of the skin. Both shaving and chemical depilation are included in this category. And other temporary methods of hair removal is epilation, the process of removing hair from the bottom of the follicle by breaking contact between the bulb and the papilla. The hair is pulled out of the follicle. Tweezing, waxing, sugaring, and threading are all methods of epilation. Chemical depilatory is a chemical substance spread on the skin to dissolve the hair at the surface of the skin and just below the stratum corneum. An example will be Nair's or Veet. Threading, also known as banding, works by using cotton thread that is looped and twisted in the middle, then quickly and selectively guided along the surface of the skin, snagging the unwanted hair in the twisted portion of the thread and epilating them. Sugaring is another method of hair removal. It is an alternative for those who have sensitive skin or who react to waxing. The original recipe is a mixture of sugar, lemon juice, and water heated to form a syrup, which is then molded into a ball and pressed onto the skin and quickly stripped away. During sugaring, the method is mostly used is the hand method. The product is held on the hand and applied against the hair growth and removed in the same direction of the hair growth. Waxing is the primary hair removal method used by estheticians and cosmetologists. Wax is a common used epilator applied in either soft or hard form. The method of permanent hair removal and reduction are electrolysis, laser hair removal, and intense pulse light, also known as IPL. Electrolysis is the only proven method of hair removal recognized and giving the designation of permanent hair removal. There are three main modalities that fall under the classification of electrolysis. That would be thermolysis, galvanic electrolysis, and the blend method. Hard wax dews. Regularly stir the wax and refresh with pellets or beads if necessary. Apply the wax in a figure 8 movement under and against, then over and with hair growth. Apply the wax with clean borders to avoid leaving wax behind after the removal pull. Test the wax prior to use on the client. Apply the wax to the thickness of a nickel with no visible hair beneath it. Form a slightly thicker tab at the end for gripping during removal. Check for contraindications with the client and have them sign a release form. Hard wax don'ts. Do not overheat the wax. Do not apply wax to a client without testing the temperature for safety first. Do not double dip the spatula. Soft wax dews. Do wear gloves. Apply the wax thinly to prevent injury. Apply the wax in the direction of the hair growth. Remove the wax strip against the direction of hair growth. Test the wax temperature prior to applying to the client. Don'ts. Do not provide service without a consultation and obtaining a signed release form. Do not apply wax too thickly. Do not double dip the spatula. Do not let soft wax cool before pulling. Don't go over a waxed area a second time in the same service, as it could burn, lift, or otherwise damage the skin. The following are some, but not limited, contraindications for waxing procedures. Leg waxing should not be performed on clients who have varicose veins. Body waxing should not be performed on clients with phlebitis, skin disorders, epilepsy, and uncontrolled diabetes. Recent chemical exfoliation using glycolic acid, salicylic acid, or any other acid products. Recent microdermabrasion or injectables. Recent use of exfoliating topical medication, including adapalene, Retin-A, Differin, Tazorac, Renova, or other peeling agents. Recent use of topical or oral cortisone medication. Recent use of blood thinning medication. Chemotherapy or radiation. Autoimmune disorders such as lupus. Acute acne vulgaris. Rosacea or very sensitive skin. Sunburn, inflammation, or bruising, the presence of pustules or papules on the area to be waxed. And that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found the information helpful, like always, don't forget to share, like, and please consider subscribing. A reminder to please go back and reread this chapter in your textbook. It's very important that you go back and go through the information in the textbook. You guys, thank you so much for all the lovely comments. Don't forget to keep going, keep growing. I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye guys.